Hello guys, and welcome to another Red Life Studio episode. Please subscribe and give me a like, and share my videos if you're enjoying them. Also, feel free to leave me a comment below. Now let's begin with today's stories.
I caught my wife cheating on me with her ex-husband. Over a year ago I, 33M, discovered that my wife of almost 3 years now, 28F, was taking her birth control pills while we were trying to conceive. The problem was she was pretending that she was trying to get pregnant, and she took 1 or 2 pregnancy tests along the way to make me see she wasn't getting pregnant. I was heartbroken when I found out she was lying to me. We had an argument and I decided to stay at a hotel for a few days thinking things through. I loved her, still do, so I decided to give her another chance. She told me because of her work that is very demanding, she started her own company. She didn't feel like she was ready to have a child, and along the way she changed her mind. She didn't want to tell me because she didn't want to hurt me. At this point I decided to move in, and a few days later I heard her on the phone talking to her ex about having an affair. She told him not to talk about what happened between them and that it was a mistake. The only reason they see each other is for business purposes. She started her own business, and he knows people that can help her. He was always hitting on her, and I made sure on various occasions to let her know that I didn't approve of them working together. I was heartbroken. I couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that while I was trying so hard to forgive her for lying to me, she was fucking her ex. I confronted her. It was a lot of crying, and she tried to assure me it was a one-time thing, and when I left she panicked and she thought I was leaving her. She also told me they only had oral sex and there was no penetration or anything else. I still don't believe this. This time I actually left her for good and served her with divorce papers a few weeks later, but she found out that she was pregnant. I wanted her to take a patterning test. Even though she was telling me it was mine, I couldn't trust a word that came out of her mouth. She took the test when she was around 8 weeks pregnant and confirmed it was mine. My lawyer advised me to stop the divorce process and to wait after she gave birth to divorce her. When she gave birth, I moved in again just to help her take care of the baby. She eventually convinced me to go to couples therapy, and I wanted to give her another chance. This time I told her that I needed honesty and that she had to stop any form of contact with her ex. Our son is now 7 months old. She didn't put any passcode on her phone, and she shared her location with me all the time. I can see she was trying to gain my trust back. The problem is I can't fully trust her. I always have to second-guess everything she's saying, check her phone, her location, and I get jealous when she's around other men. Just last week she went out of town for work, and when her old college girlfriend threw a party, her ex was there, but I only found out through one of her friend's Instagram stories. I confronted her about it. We had a heated argument. She told me she didn't want to tell me he was there because she knew I was going to get jealous. I just can't stop thinking that maybe something happened between them again and she's lying. I feel like she's taking advantage of how much I love her to hurt me again and again. Please give me some advice about how I can fully trust her again. Update. I just want to say thank you to everyone who took the time to give me some advice, and to all of you who took the time to chat with me and advise me in private. I just want to say that my wife is financially independent. She doesn't need me to provide for her. I enjoy spending time with our son. I don't see it as me babysitting, but as me being a parent. I had several conversations with my wife. She finally admitted that that night it was more than oral. They, in fact, had sex during the entire night, and she left the next morning before work. I asked for all the details. It was painful, but I needed to know what really happened. She told me she was intrigued by him. He reminded her of something they could have had together, but she fucked up and she was sorry about it. At this point, I knew she wasn't telling me the whole truth. She was picking and choosing what she was telling me to make herself look like the victim. I decided to contact her ex while she went out, and he confirmed that they only had sex that night, and after my wife went cold on him when I found out about the affair between the two of them. Then a few weeks later, she called him crying and told him she was pregnant and he might be the dad. We were separated, and I even served her with the divorce. She eventually made her ex take a paternity test and was planning to have an abortion if it was his. He also confirmed when they met again, She just said hi and left the party. At this point, I was ready to divorce her, but we were on a deadline that I put her on to tell me the truth. She eventually came clean to me before the deadlines, and no, she wasn't in contact with her ex, since I had her phone with me at all the time, and we had a terrible argument where I told her she could leave me if she wanted to and that I had no intention of holding her hostage. She told me how much she loves me, and the affair was a mistake. She was hiding what really happened because she didn't want to hurt me, and that she knows she fucked up, but she wants to make things work. On Valentine's Day, I surprised her with a polygraph test. I told her that we were going out for lunch. While we were in the parking lot, I told her that I talked to her ex and that I knew more than she knows, and it was her last chance to tell me everything that happened. She took the lie detector test without fighting with me, confirming everything about the affair, and also some doubt that I had about her going to the gym and flirting with other guys and taking off her rings sometimes when she's out with her friends. We had a few arguments these past few days, which resulted in her fainting, or having a fever, loss of appetite, and a lot of crying, and she seems pretty remorseful. I'm crazy about my wife, and I know a lot of you are going to call me an idiot for my decision, but the heart wants what it wants and I can't fight it. I know that I am willingly taking the decision to stay with her, which means to constantly police her. I'm considering giving her the next few weeks as a trial period. I made it clear what I wanted from her to see if she really wants our marriage to work, and so far she's been showing me that she wants me to forgive her. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you would like to see more, feel free to subscribe.